my handsome son, Demetrius. You called yourself Casey, Kansas. You graduated. You did it. This is a proud mama moment. Okay, we are graduating from high school. Ain't that right, Monty? Yes, sir. High school, we did it. 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 He did it. Okay. He did. I'm recording. Okay. He did that. I'm so proud of him. It's the story, and it will continue. Let's get it. It's only the beginning. All right, let's go. Let's go. And on that day, we spoke about you having a story. No one knew 3 years ago you attempted and were unsuccessful. But you had a different plan, and I will always love you forever and always.
Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the missus, yeah. Celebrities. Let's talk about current events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on PEACHY Tea Time. PEACHY Tea Time. Tune in on PEACHY Tea Time. PEACHY Tea Time. Come join us on PEACHY Tea Time. PEACHY Tea Time. Join us on PEACHY Tea Time. PEACHY Tea Time. Yeah.
In order for y'all to do what God is calling y'all to do, to take y'all platform to where it's a plateau and it can go to levels that you never seen, they'll best believe it's gonna come with devils.
You know what I'm saying? Every time I speak, I want to shiver. You know, I don't want them to be like they know what I'm gonna say because it's polite. But I know if I keep talking about how dirty it is out here, somebody gonna clean it up.
Me, I'm gonna clean it up. At least I'ma try. Between me and Jason, we gonna do something. Hey y'all, it's your girl, Demetrius, baby. Mwah. Thank y'all so much for showing up tonight here on Peachy Tea Time, Peachy News Edition. That is, y'all already know, on Wednesdays, expect a family. Expect a family to be in the building. And baby, we have a beautiful family tonight. We will be talking about mental health tonight. That's what we're going to talk about, mental health. This family have a story. They have a story to tell. And please trust and believe it is awareness. Okay? So y'all make sure y'all sit back. Jason, he coming, y'all. He coming. He ain't here yet, but he coming. So y'all know I gotta do his little spiel for him. I can't do it just like Jason, okay? I can't do it just like Jason. All I can do is do it like me. So let's get to this little spiel right quick. If y'all are watching on y'all cell phones, on your cell phones, on your desktop, on your tablet, on your laptop, I'm gonna need you to pull us up on the big screen. Pull us up on the big screen, baby, on Roku TV, okay? Pull us up on Roku TV. All you have to do is go to your search engine, type in Peachy Tea Time, and you already know time is spelled with a Y. And baby, download it, save it, And voila, you'll be watching us live right now on Roku TV. But I'm going to still need y'all to keep them phones going, okay? Still keep the phones going so that you can comment, so that you can be in the chat. If y'all have any questions tonight, feel free to ask. If our guest, Miss Angela Michelle, if she don't want to answer it, guess what? She ain't going to answer it. And we ain't going to force her to either, baby. Okay? So I want y'all to be very, very respectful in the chat, which I know I don't have to tell y'all this because, baby, we've had so many families I can't even count that has came on our show, and you all have been nothing but respectful to each and every family that came on. So thank you, and I love you all so much for all the support. Please remember, go share this video right now. Go share the video, hit the thumbs up, like the video, all that good stuff. Subscribe to PGT Time on YouTube. Follow me on all platforms. Y'all already know it's necessary to say it, but this might be the only time that you hear it, okay? Because y'all already know about me. I'm not about clicks and views at all. I am about bringing awareness, bringing the awareness to you all, okay? Now, also, let's not forget, we got to get in our announcements, baby. We got to get them in while we can. Do not forget, on August 10th, y'all, I will be having my very first Stop the Violence, that's gun violence and domestic violence, awareness campaign. And it will be at Stonecrest Mall, okay? Yes, we are moving on up to the big leagues, okay? Stonecrest Mall, 2929 Turner Hill Road, Lithonia, Georgia, 30038, baby. We are right in front of Foot Locker, where all of us go. We in front of Foot Locker. Some of them go too, but that's our store. And it's on August 10th, from 12 to 3 p.m. And baby, when I tell y'all we starting on time, we starting on time. We ain't for no games. We will be starting on time. I cannot stress that enough. Now, I know sometimes on PGT Time we don't start on time. Here on the show, sometimes we don't start on time. But baby, when it's time to go out, when we go outside, baby, we're going to be on time. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. So make sure y'all come out. I have performers that will be there, guest speakers that will be there. The popos. Oh, I'm sorry. The police will be there doing Q&As, baby, with the audience. We have some great speakers that will be in attendance. So when I tell y'all, please come. And the most important thing is I will be honoring 5 mothers who have lost their child to gun violence. Okay, so come on out, show up, show out, so we can have a great time. All right, so let's get started, baby, with this show. We have such a wonderful, when I say a wonderful family that is here tonight. The mother of Demetrius Dawkins, Casey, Kansas. That's what he called himself, and everybody else call him that too, baby. But we have his mother, Angela Michelle, here, and we also have his sister, Angel, and Angela. Now I'm gonna try not to get a little confused. Y'all know how I be getting sometimes, but I'm gonna try not to get confused. But Angel and Angela, they are here with us, baby. And when I tell you, they have a story to tell. Okay, so I was just about to bring them up, but guess who has entered the doggone building? Biggie, aka Jason. AKA Jason. Y'all know we call Jason off here, but over there on TikTok, baby, he Biggie. He is Biggie over there. So Jason, thank you for showing up. I don't know if Jason can hear us. Yep, he can hear us.
Yes,
No,
man. Oh, man.
yes, he can.
I can hear you.
Awesome.
Hello,
I
all.
did your
Hello,
little
all. My
spiel.
apologies.
You do not have to
Oh, you
apologize,
already
but
ran through it?
thank you so much. Yeah, I went through your
Mm.
spiel. I did it the best way that I could. I told them I can't do it just like you. I can only do it like me. But
That
yeah,
part.
I went through the spiel. Told them if they watching on their phones, they need to be watching on Roku TV. That's
Yes,
what I
y'all
told
do. Yes, y'all do. Big shout out to everybody in the building. I see BG, Joyce, Audra, Carmen, everybody in the building with us.
Yes.
Demani, I
This is
see you as
Demani.
well.
Yeah,
What up, though?
Demani.
Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
Demani. Said
Rosalinda, how
shout
you
out to
doing?
my
Thank you
dudes.
all for being here.
Yes, thank y'all so much for showing up. Well, we are about to bring the family up. What up, BG? And Miss Joyce is in the building. Miss Joyce said, I'm watching all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you so much, Miss Joyce. All right, y'all. We are about to bring up our family. Tonight we will be talking about mental health. And baby, here we go. Let's get it going. Miss Angela and Angel is in the building. Hello, beautiful ladies. Hello.
Hello.
I know everybody. For the ones that just coming into the chat, coming into the building, they probably think y'all sisters up here because y'all just look so beautiful. Just look young, vibrant, everything like a whole vibe. So please, Angela, let's start with Angela. Angela, please tell everybody who you are and who that beautiful young thing over there sitting next to you.
So my name is Angela Michelle. I am the mother of Demetrius Dawkins, Casey, Kansas. This is my beautiful daughter, Angel Michelle. My son is actually watching Demani. I heard you shout him out. And my best friend, Rosalinda, is on as well. We are Demetrius's family, and we wanted to just start sharing and talking about mental health awareness. I actually started a nonprofit organization in regards to mental health called Healing Tears. We had our first event May 19th, and May is the month of mental health awareness, and it was amazing. We had a great time. And I just wanted to bring the attention to majority of Black people. We don't talk about mental health. We don't talk about the problems that we have within the family. Everything is kind of like shut down, be quiet. What happens in this house stays in this house. And I just wanted to bring awareness to other parents, to other families, and even with siblings, because normally people don't help siblings. It's just always about checking on a parent, but who's checking on the siblings of that child, right? So we just come together as a family. This is her first time, and she is definitely a mental health advocate herself. Just graduated from Georgia Southern with her bachelor's degree in criminal justice.
Congratulations, Angel. Congratulations.
Big
That is
degrees
awesome.
over here.
I am a mother of 6. Demetrius was one of 6. So he was my third child.
Girl, you do not look like you got any kids at all. A mother of 6. Oh my gosh, you look absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. We'll talk after the show. Let me know whatever was done. Okay, thank you. We'll talk about it after the show. We'll give an exclusive another day on that.
Okay.
But yes, a mother of 6. That is awesome. I know that you have a lot to tell us tonight. But one of the things that I want to touch on before we even get into the story was something that you just said. A lot of things get pushed under the rug. A lot of things, a lot of family in our Black community, they always say, leave it in the house. It better not be put out there in the streets. Angela, we've been hearing that for years. Literally, for years we have heard that. Your business stays in the house and not outside. Can you elaborate more on that?
I even used to tell my children, what happens in this house stays in this house, or I would always say, all y'all got is me. And then my oldest son, he corrected me. He said, no, we don't, because other people love us. And so I had to, I've learned, me and my oldest son are 15 years apart. I was a teenage mom. And so I have learned, we can learn from our children, our past, like my mother's age, you know, everything kind of was like secretive. We didn't talk about stuff. And I just had to learn that no, what happens in this house doesn't have to just stay in this house, because then the kids get to be so in that they get scared to talk about it. Then that's when you say, well, why you didn't tell nobody? Well, because what happens in this house stays in this house, right? So you kind of confusing the kids.
Exactly.
So I confuse my children, you know, and I'm parenting. It does not come with a book. I'm not perfect, but I'm learning a lot, learning from mistakes, just learning as being a teenage mom. And I'm still learning every single day. My children really help me to understand different things, because this time in 2024 is totally different.
Exactly.
So, you know, what happens in this house can't just stay in this house, because that allows children to be afraid to talk to other people when they really do need to speak and have that outreach.
How do a child determine what I can tell out in the streets and go tell versus keeping the household? Especially if they have a mother that's telling them, don't you go out there and tell anything that's going on in here. You see what I'm saying? Like, how can they know, okay, well, this is important for me to tell, but this over here, maybe I don't need to tell this?
I feel like for me, it depends on like what it pertains to, if that makes sense. I feel like if it's our own thing, our own personal issue, we have our own right to tell whoever we want to tell, because like it's our information. You know, at the end of the day, even though we're our parents' kids and stuff like that, we're still individual people. And I feel like a lot of the time in Black families, our individuality is lost because of how people want us to be raised. So I feel like, you know, honestly, kids aren't dumb. Like, we know what to say and what not to say, what to tell people. You don't tell people where you live. You don't give away phone numbers and stuff like that. But like, if it's just, you know, small things or even big things sometimes, like, it's okay to let it out. Because, I mean, I let it out. Okay? Like, first of all, with me, I'm going to say something, and then after I already said something, that's when I'm told not to say something. It's like it's already said, so like,
I already said it.
You know?
Exactly. Well, we want to know about Casey, Kansas. Casey, Kansas. So let's get started with Casey. Let's start from the beginning. He was born Demetrius Dawkins. So tell us a little bit about Demetrius, aka Casey, baby. They froze. Oh, they froze on us. All right, y'all. They gonna come back.
It froze. It froze up a little.
Yep, it did freeze.
Okay. Can you repeat your question one more time? Okay.
Yes, I said, tell us a little bit about Casey. I was telling everybody that he was born Demetrius Dawkins, but everyone called him Casey, Kansas. So tell us a little bit about Casey as a young guy, as a young boy, a little boy, a baby. Let's start from the beginning.
Well, I think that she would know more about when he actually started calling himself Casey, because I didn't. I just started hearing the word Casey, and I was like, okay. I started seeing him draw it, but she knows more about that.
Well, that was when he was a little older. Like, as a kid, he was, I guess, fine with Demetrius. He was really active as a kid. And when I say active, I mean, I don't know how to explain it. Not active in sports, but you know how kids be always doing something, always wanting to get into something. I feel like as he got older, he started to, you know, learn his own individuality and figure out who he was as a person. And I feel like he just didn't fit in with that name anymore. And Casey was like a different persona to him. Like, Demetrius was somebody that he felt like, you know, that's who I was raised to be, but that's not who I want to be. He wanted to be Casey. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Angela Michelle, tell us about Casey as a little child.
So I would say as a little boy, my son, we have a picture where we took a picture with all the kids, and on his t-shirt it says nonchalant, right? So he was the nonchalant child. If he would get in trouble, he really wouldn't cry. He would just kind of just like sit there, right? He really did not express his feelings like that, not to me. His communication to me was shut down, if you say. And to be honest, I feel like a lot of Black men have a problem communicating. But as a child, he was like that, even as a child. Sometimes, as men, Black men, they grow up, and just because, they go through so much, they don't want to talk about it anymore. But so his communication to me lacked, but I feel like his dad lacked a lot of communication as well, so it's with the communication part, but he was definitely, like she said, an active kid. And when he did come here, he was starting to do so much, right? Because 3 years ago, my son had attempted, and he was unsuccessful. And during that time, I did ask him what made him do that. And he told me that he was not Demetrius. So when he came here back to Georgia, he wanted to paint his room colors. So he was very colorful. It was orange, blue. He spray painted his desk yellow. He started drawing. He started learning how to play the guitar. He joined a track team, but he really didn't like that. So he stopped doing that. He started doing electrical work. He was very handy. He painted this entire house. He did all the electrical work in our beauty bar that we have. He painted. He was a chef. He was just like everything that my son was. I promise a grown man probably haven't even got to that level yet. And he did that very well within the last 3 years. Mm-hmm. He accomplished so much in the last 3 years. So, and I think that's what makes me proud of him, because he did accomplish so much in the little bit of time that he was trying to figure out who Casey Kansas was.
So he was away in college?
No, he was in Buffalo. He had went to Buffalo for a little while. I'm originally from Buffalo, New York. So for about 2 years, he had stayed, about 2.5, 3 years. He had stayed with his dad. Mm-hmm. But to be honest, when I start talking about mental health, I'm going to bring it back to when I relocated here back in 2009. I feel like the judge made the worst decision for my child. She had him relocate every other year. So 1 year he was in Georgia, the next year he was in New York. This went on every other year from the time that he was 4 years old up until I made a decision when he was 12, about 13, or almost going to high school, and I didn't feel like that would be good for him. So just imagine not really kind of being mentally stable and still having to go back and forth every other year. You're with your father, you're with your mother, you at this school, you're at that school. That's unstable, right? That's not going to help him.
So every year, I'm hearing myself echo. So for a whole year, he would go stay with his dad.
Yep.
And then come back to you for a whole nother year.
Yep.
So he would do a full school year with dad and a full school year with you. Mm-hmm. Wow. I didn't even know that was possible.
Well, that judge is no longer a judge anymore. It was a big deal in Buffalo, New York. She was separating a lot of families. That was the worst decision that happened. And because of who he was, that did not help at all.
As far as
it was like a battle. It's just everything. It was like a battle, who, as a child, who wants to keep having to choose between their mom and their dad at such a young age? That's hard.
And this was from age 4 to 12?
Wait, what did you say?
From 4 to 12, yes, he went back and forth. And then from 12 going on 13, he came back here when he was 15, 16. Yeah. I
I
can't.
don't know if y'all understand that.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Okay.
understand. Yeah, we understand exactly what you're saying. I've just never heard of such thing.
This is
But I understand.
it's shocking right now. Like,
Yeah, I'm in
quite
shock.
shocked.
Like, was there times where he didn't want to go?
No, because he wanted to be with both, because his siblings are here, right? So he has 5 siblings here, and then he has family in Buffalo. I have family in Buffalo. So he wanted to be in both places, but at times sometimes he just wanted to be there, and then sometimes he wanted to be here. But then, it was just, it's just confusing, as a child, just having to.
Yeah.
As a child, you lose out on village, and they don't quite understand that village can be in 2 spaces, right? And it's kind of hard to be like, oh, well, I got Doug and Jim over here that I hang out with all the time, but now I'm not going to be with them for a year. Because, I mean, family is close, but a lot of times it comes down to friends and your community that you hang out with. And now I'm not going to be there with them for a year. Like, I remember being like 14, 15, and my best friend of all time went and lived in the islands for like 2 summers, and it threw me all off. Like, my whole summer I'm kicking rocks around, right? So I can only imagine, like, on the other end, like, he's like, man, I'm pulled away from my friends. Now, don't get it wrong, you end up making new ones, right, wherever you are, but then now you're going to be ripped away from them again for a whole year, like that, because now you're in a routine with them, right?
Yeah.
Now you have to go away from that again. So I can find that to be very, very stressful, and especially for someone at a young age. That's tough. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So.
And you didn't see him at all for a whole year, or you
No.
See him?
So what I would do is during his vacation times, and just periodically, I would send for him to come.
Okay.
So the year that he was there, he would still come here for like holidays and stuff. But the year he was here, majority of the time he still just stayed here.
Okay, even during the holiday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Girl, you done taught me something new today. I did not know that. I did not know that at all. Was that your first time hearing about something like this happening? Or you
Yes, that's the only time he's the only child that I ever had to do that with. So that's why it was hard too, because now here it is, I have my own way of raising him. His father has his own way of raising him. We're in Buffalo, New York. I don't know if y'all ever heard of Buffalo, New York, but it's rough buff is what they call it. So I came down here to better my children's life. Okay. So it was always like, okay, well, that's where he wants to go. I was born and raised, but I chose to relocate to have a better life for my children. And, what do you do? It was hard, but we had to do it. And that's when I think things started turning.
Okay. Now,
at that time of you, I'm sorry, Peach. So at that time, I just want to get a little more understanding. So at that time, you've already had 2 older siblings, correct? Or 2 older children, right? So including yourself, Miss Lady, right? And then another
my son, Damani.
Damani, okay. So because he was a third, okay. And then you made that decision to move. So yeah, he's departing from everyone, and at a young. Okay, well, okay. Just wanted to grab all it together.
All right. And, when he turned 12, 13, he came back and he stayed with you. Did he come back and stay with you?
That's when he stayed in Buffalo.
Oh. So he was going back and forth, and then he just stayed in Buffalo.
Yeah, we had to make this decision because it was like, I think he wanted to be there, more. So, and then he was about to be in high school. So I did not want that for him in high school, to be going back and forth every other year. So as a mother, that hurt me, but I was just trying to make the correct decision for my son at that time. And
was
so
he
I had
asking you to move back?
Yeah, he wanted to move back. Because he has a big kid.
No, I said, was he asking for you to move back with with his siblings to Buffalo?
Oh, you mean like for us to go back home?
Yeah.
No, he never really asked me that because he knew that we didn't like Buffalo.
Okay.
No, saying, was he asking to stay here? Like, did you make the decision for him to go to Buffalo?
No. She asked it. Kimberly answered it right. I was wondering, was he asking for? I said Kimberly. Was he asking for Angela and all of you guys to come back to Buffalo with him? And
Oh
stay
yeah, no. That wasn't. I just know that. That's my hometown. I grew up there, but
She said it's a no-go.
That was no. Okay. So when he stayed there till he graduated out of high school.
No. So that's why I said 3 years ago he came back here. So he attempted 3 years ago in Buffalo, New York. Okay. So then at that point, he had to come back here.
Okay.
That part was court ordered to come back here. You see?
Okay.
Because of what happened. So he came back here, but then he actually wanted to be here. He wanted to be here when he came back here. Because then he said he wasn't feeling like he was being Demetrius. So just real quick, he went to a very Christian, a Catholic high school there. My son is very handsome. He's very dark skinned. So being in a white high school, he was only probably, I don't know if he probably was the darkest kid in the school, so it was just like, he didn't believe in that. So I said, well, what do you do when you pray? He said, I just sit there. So make a long story short, when that happened, he wound up coming back here with a little bit of struggle because he didn't want to go to high school. He just wanted to be done. He wanted to go to get his GED. And I really believe that now that when he graduated from high school, that he did it for me, because that wasn't really something that he wanted to do. He didn't want to go to college because he was an entrepreneur. Like, he knew how to do everything, literally. Like, he didn't need to. He thought school, what did he say about college? They just take your money, He was against
one lie.
Right. He was big.
Congratulations to his sister, though. I see you did your big one. Shit.
Yeah. And so even my oldest son, he graduated from Georgia State University back in 2020, right? 2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when he came back, he got his GED. He graduated.
From high school.
Felt like he did that for you. After he graduated, how did we lead up to what occurred?
I honestly will never know. I will never know. I will never know.
I feel like he was always very anxious and lost and depressed about like his life in general, because he had to go back and forth all the time. I feel like he just was constantly trying to figure out who he was as a person while also trying to please everybody else in his life. So I feel like he was just going through a constant battle, and like genuinely, he didn't want to be here. Like he made that a point a lot, and like, he would try to do things to make life worth living and stuff like that. And of course, when everything did happen, it was a shock because like he was doing a lot. Like he was starting to have his own food business, like he was cooking and stuff. He had gotten into modeling. He started making music. He wanted to start doing tats. Like he was really doing a lot. So I feel like, when everything did happen, it was a shock, but he did have like, a lot of mental health problems, and he was vocal about it at times.
Now,
Angela, what was... Oh, go ahead, Jason.
How much younger is he to you?
He's 2 years younger than me.
2 years younger. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
When he came back for good, what you were just finishing up with school, I'm guessing, right? You just become a senior?
Are you saying 3 years ago or now?
No,
She was in college when he came back.
Yeah, I was a freshman in college.
Freshman in college, right. So yeah, we're around the same time. Yep. All right.
Yeah.
So were you at school or were you at home?
I was at school.
At school. So he was left to be with mom. Mom, he was just with you, or?
So on that particular day, he actually was supposed to. He actually had a job to do. I don't know. He had an electrical job to do. So like the day before that, he asked me if he could use my car. I said yes. He had a few jobs to do. Actually, one of my coworkers, one of the daycare providers, one of our friends, they're like a family friend. They own a restaurant. So he asked me to use my car, and I told him yes. And that never happened. I was waiting for him to
show up.
Yeah, to take me to work that day, and I didn't at that point. I still didn't know, but in my heart, I felt like something was wrong, and I was right.
Now, when we think about friends, family, people around him, his circle, and then all the things that he was, contributing to, did we think like, oh, that was keeping him busy, or was it something different? Like, did you guys think of that aspect of it?
I think he was keeping himself busy. Like, he was always doing something. Like she said, like, even with, like I said, the shirt that we have on, he actually had made this flower for his girlfriend. And then he had made himself 2 pairs of pants. And my oldest son had a barbecue on December 15th. He was out there cooking on the grill. He had his pariah pants on, because it's called Pariah Collection, which means outcast.
I like that.
So he had his pariah pants on. He was with everybody. Like I said, the day before, he was just smiled. My youngest daughter was actually waiting for him to make cookies with him. That's why I said, "Where's Demetrius?" She said he went over his best friend's house, but he's coming back because we got to make cookies. So that wasn't unusual. He always went over his best friend's house. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay. And then when I woke up, I'm like, where is he? And I'm like, okay, he must still be over there, because it wasn't unusual, because they make music over there, So I still went on to work. And then I'm like blowing him up, like, boy, you better, pick up the phone. You're going to be late to go do this electrical work. I done had to leave. You're going to have to catch a lift. So that's what I'm saying. And he has another sister who were there 2 years apart under. She's 17 and he's 19. So they called each other twins.
Right.
And then at that point, we knew something wasn't right. So it was, like she said, it was just shocking, because it was just like he literally was just doing everything. Like, he had a job to do that day. He was supposed to take me to work. We agreed to him taking me to work, for him to use a car, just pick me up. He's always done that. Everybody got a chance to know him. It just was it's shocking. It was the kids' winter baby.
So when you kept calling him and he wasn't answering, what happened after that?
He didn't answer. He was gone.
Did you get a phone call that he was gone?
No. He left his location on. We were looking for him at that point, because when I contacted his friend, my daughter contacted his friend, he said that he never came. And that's when I knew something was wrong. And that's when we started looking for him.
So that night, he told you all that he was going over to his friend's house, but he never even made it to his friend's house. Okay. So you all went looking for him. And that's when you found him.
I'm sorry to hear this.
I'm so sorry. Angela, I'm so sorry. But here at Peachy Tea Time, we definitely want to bring the awareness and everything, that goes. We don't have too many of these cases. We have had them on here, but we don't have too many of them. So I thank you. Thank you. I thank you. I thank you. Because I know this is not easy at all.
Absolutely. I know it's not.
Yeah. And my biggest thing is I always just talk about co-parenting. I just really wish that me and his father could have talked more, to be able to talk to each other and co-parent, so that we could have helped him together, not as being separated. And a lot of times when people get into other relationships, they tend to allow the other person to affect that, and sometimes you can't separate it. Like, oh, I ain't talking to her. Well, it don't have nothing to do with her. This is our child. It was just always a battle, and I hated that for my son. It was always a battle. So I just want to say to parents, you have a child with someone and you guys aren't talking, y'all got to put that stuff to a side, because at the end of the day, it affects the child so much.
Absolutely.
So much.
I got to ask a question. Okay?
Yes.
I got to ask a question. I'm glad you brought that up. Co-parenting. There's a lot of people out there, Angela, that men and women that refuse to let the other take the child out of town. I know this is not the first time that you've heard this. So many men, especially when they get angry, they say, well, she better not take my baby out of town. It's against the law. She can't take my child to another state. I don't care why you left and went to another state. That's beyond the point right now. How is it supposed to work as far as co-parenting? Like, how can it work if you're in one state and he's in another state? Me personally, I think that should have been great. You know what I'm saying?
Communication. I mean, it's like a marriage. It's communication. So I had no problem if he ever wanted to come here and visit. I am not that type of person. It's communication, right? So if we have the communication, hey, you know what? When Demetrius wanted to go there, communication. Okay, I need to be on his school records. I need to be able to call up to the school to check on him. And I'm not trying to be funny or just put gossip out there, but if I'm calling up to the school and they're telling me that the girlfriend is listed as the mother, that's a problem, right?
That's a big problem.
So that's what I'm saying about communication. Co-parent. Do not allow others to come inside of something that you have created with someone. No one else has the right to come in unless it's something abusive or something like that. But allow it to be okay, because now it's confusing the child, right? Now it's making a child pick which side, or now you going back and forth, or now you're asking the child. I have friends that I've had to correct when it comes to the separation of the mother and the father, and they're constantly asking, well, what did your dad say? Or what did your mother say? Or stop, y'all gotta stop. We gotta stop that.
Yes.
That is not their responsibility to tell you what the other parent is doing. You come together as parents, as grown people, like you did when you had a child, and you talk together, leave the kids out. So that was a learning experience for me too. Like, okay, this is crazy. My child feels like he's stuck in the middle of this. That's not fair. So we have to do better as parenting. We have to do better as having children. And don't let me get, spiritual in here. That's why you're supposed to be married when you have kids, and that's, so it's like, I have learned and I've tried. I can't do anything but try and fix things and learn from my mistakes, you know. But as a result, my children has had to deal with that. So with that being said, we just have to do better as parents, as a family. It takes a village. It takes a village. Because when you are in one house, because I did it, when my mother and my father was separated, I go to my dad's house because I knew I could do whatever I wanted to do over there. I know I'm going to be able to go see Billy. I can go over here and go see my boyfriend. I come home, that ain't happening at my mother's house. You know what I'm saying? So you pick and choose what you want to do and which parent you can do it with. And it's like, because they're not talking, right? So he ain't going to tell my mother and she not going to tell my dad because they're not talking.
I hope y'all listening to Angela Michelle right now. I hope y'all listening. Angela Michelle, baby, I've been thinking this way for a long time when it comes to relationships and single moms, single fathers. You know, like, it got to be a better way. It got to be a better way so that these kids don't be affected by this. You know, even as little babies, you know what I'm saying? They study going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You know, your child started off at 4 for a whole year, though. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. Like, this is a lot. This is a lot.
There was a lot on him, and he was definitely an amazing child. But I know that my son, it hurts. I know he's at peace now. I know he's not confused anymore. I know he doesn't have to worry about making a decision or where's the next step that he has to go in life. It hurts. It hurts. We miss him dearly. I don't like nobody's food but my son's food. He was the chef. Now we got to cook in the kitchen. Demetrius, no. So, you know, so it's like a struggle, you know, but I know it just pushes me. You know, it even pushes us at the shop because he put so much work into it. Because at one point I was like, I'm going to close. And I told my daughters the other day, no, we got to keep going because Demetrius did way too much in here for us to just say no, you know. So
we're gonna go to a commercial break. Okay, we're gonna go to a commercial break. When we come back from this commercial break, usually in situations like this, Angela, we ask the family, or not, I'm not even gonna just say we, people in general, ask the mother or ask the father, well, how has this impacted your other children? Well, guess what, y'all? We got Angel right here on the show. So we ain't got to ask Angela. We ain't got to ask Mama. I'm going to ask Angel when we come back from this commercial break, how has this affected her and her siblings? Okay, because it's 5 of them. So that's what we want to know, and we get to hear it exactly from Angel. Okay, so let's get into this commercial break, and we will be right back. And Angel, you got time to think about it, girl. It's your time to shine. It's your time to shine, girl. All right, here we go. y'all. It's your girl, Demetrius with the kisses, baby. Mwah. Thank y'all so much for joining me and Jason tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if we got a special guest, thank you, special guest. I thank you for coming and sharing your story. But y'all make sure y'all watch us each and every Wednesday, okay? Each and every Wednesday, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Time. Where you said? You said where? Roku TV, Facebook, YouTube, and also Twitch, baby. Twitch. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Peachy Tea Time, time spelled with a Y. And make sure you also follow me on all the other platforms just as well. Thank you so much for joining us each and every Wednesday, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Time. Back to the show we go, baby. We going back. Bye. All right, we are back. Hey, Joe, girl, it's your turn, girl. So let us know, seriously though, let us know. Tell me this, how have it impacted you? And then tell me what you think, how it impacted your siblings.
Okay. Well, when I found out, I was in Statesboro, which is where, Georgia Southern is. And at first, I had a lot of regret for going to college because I was like, I missed out on so much. Everybody had more time than I did. Everybody had more memories, and I wasn't able to, get as much. So I felt like I was missing out. And I don't know, I just felt bad for being so far from my family. And when I found out, it was I know I said we were shocked earlier, which we were, but we were more so shocked because of the timing of it. I wasn't shocked that he did it because, like I said, I knew he was, going through a lot of mental health problems. Me and him talked. I'm really close with my siblings. I'm known as the family manager. So everybody tends to come to me when they're having problems and stuff like that. And Casey, he came and talked to me about a lot. He told me about the different personalities he thought he had. He told me about how depressed he was. He would call me when he had to talk to anybody because he was so anxious a lot, and he was a pretty poor communicator. So he would come to me for advice about what he should say and stuff like that. And the last conversation I had with him, actually, he had called me and he was like, hey, so I quit my job. And I'm like, okay, so now what? Because he was living with my mom at the time and he didn't tell her yet. And I was just like, it's okay, just talk to her about it and stuff like that. And I could just tell he was very anxious. And I was like, make sure you have the conversation. And he had told me that he was starting his own catering business and stuff like that. So, as time went on, I'm really glad that we told each other that we loved each other as the last thing. I'm glad I remember the last conversation that we had. But now, to be honest, I haven't been in reality. When I found out, it didn't hit me. Of course, I feel it's because he's been gone every other year. It's easy to not be with him physically and not feel anything. But then it hits knowing okay, but you're never going to anymore. It's oh. But I don't know. I feel I've been a little bit emotionless now. And honestly, I feel it makes me just want to live life. It makes me not want to stress too much about anything because at the end of the day, when you're not here, you're just not here. So it's you got to make everything that you do count. It definitely has a big impact on me, but I feel I ignore it a lot of the time. So yeah, therapy for sure.
Okay. I have a question because I don't want to forget. You said you are like the manager of
Mhm.
between your siblings. They come to you, they tell you almost everything.
Mhm.
And I have to ask this, Angel. When he was coming to you, telling you these things,
Mhm.
you seem like a very bright, smart young lady, may I add, because they wouldn't be coming to you for nothing.
Yeah.
When he was coming to you, telling you these things, did you go tell your mom?
Not all the time. I'm not gonna lie. Like my mom knew that he was in therapy and stuff like that, and when it came to talking about like, I guess mental health and stuff like that, or different things that we go through, it's often hard to fully express what it is. And I always wanted to be like a safe space with me. I feel like if they're coming to me and it's something like, super bad, of course, I'll say something. But at the end of the day, I know that my siblings, how do I explain this? I know that they're capable of sharing what they want to share with who they want to share it with. And if it's me, like, at least I know, and I'll keep them protected and stuff like that. So yeah, well, every time he confided in me, I didn't always say something, but when my mom would ask questions, I would tell her like, yeah, like he is really anxious because of this. Like, yeah, he is scared because of this. He doesn't want to say this because of this. You know what I mean? I didn't immediately go to her and be like, oh, so, this is how he feels. Because if I did that, then who would he confide in? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, yeah,
Very smart young lady. Okay, we're gonna get into a video clip. This is our only video clip for tonight, except for our tribute. We do have a tribute for the family tonight. But I want to get into this video first. When we come back from this video, Angela, I want to ask you, I want you to answer, what were some of the red flags that you saw? For all the mothers that's out there that's probably watching right now, like, I wonder if something going on with my child. Like, what are some of the red flags that you saw? So let's get into this video clip. Here we go. And I know usually when we have the families on here, we show video clips of the family, but we didn't have any video clips as far as news broadcasting clips for the family on this situation, this tragedy. But we do have a video clip that I definitely want to share with you all that I found out there in YouTube land. And when we come back, Angela Michelle is going to let us know what are some of the red flags that she saw. And I thought this is quite fitting, Angela, for tonight, this clip. So here we go.
Health experts are noticing an alarming trend. The rate of suicide among African American men and boys is climbing. And tonight, our in-depth reporter Anthony Hill uncovering the possible reasons behind this rising rate and what is being done to help.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's the people's favorite counselor. I'm here, I'm chilling. Y'all are about to see something right now.
Tariq Greensbury is a local therapist. He's the owner of Dearly Loved Counseling in Tampa, and he's spreading the word about the power of therapy.
I am all about mental health of all people.
For 8 years, he's been seeing clients in a typical office setting, but recently, he's begun to harness the power and reach of social media by recording inspirational videos.
And you're gonna actually get to see some of the people brainstorm, share stories.
Tariq invited friends, family, and mentees over to have a candid conversation about mental health among Black men. We'll check in with them later.
And we're gonna have to do something about it because with the numbers that I've been seeing, it's not looking good.
This is Natasha A. Pierre, a mental health educator, and the numbers causing her concern are the increasing rates of suicides among Black men and boys. According to the Suicide Prevention Resource Center, young African American men commit suicide at more than 3 times the rate of African American women. And the suicide rate for Black children ages 10 to 19 has risen 60% just over the past 2 decades. outpacing any other racial or ethnic group. Despite the rising rates, many Black Americans are not using available mental health services, which Natasha attributes to a lack of insurance.
If you've got the cash, great. But if you don't have the cash available, then that excludes you from services that could really impact, benefit, and affect your mental health positively.
I'm greater, I'm working on it.
Living Hope Productions is trying to be a part of the solution by providing a safe haven for Black men to talk about mental health. They're doing this through a free national tour called Just Heal, Bro. Actor Lamont Rucker, known for his roles in All My Children, Greenleaf, and several Tyler Perry productions, is one of the panelists on this mental health tour.
Now, this is also a place of positivity. This isn't just about unloading all the negative, junk onto each other, but it's also about not being afraid to do that, or even in spite of the fear, here's an opportunity even just to come and listen. Everybody doesn't even know, everybody there doesn't talk, that sometimes they just don't, everybody don't want to say anything.
The event started in March of 2022 and has traveled to 19 cities. Organizers say they're trying to come to Tampa, but need sponsors to make it happen.
What Just Heal, Bro does is it allows men to see, hey man, it ain't as bad as I thought it was, or man, now I have an avenue to now get with a group of men, because through the fellowship, man, we're exchanging numbers, we're exchanging social media.
Back at Tariq's place in Odessa, a conversation about mental health is underway.
I just feel like everyone needs help sometimes. Like, you can't do it all by yourself, you know what I'm saying?
With you and I, we talk a lot about just how much we love each other, how much we respect each other. And then there's times where you have to remind me that when we're doing at each other, you're like, this isn't the norm for me.
Sometimes I gotta escape and go out into nature, you know what I'm saying? Go out into the woods or the beach or something and just clear my mind.
And I still feel like I don't want to be that burden to kind of be like, oh, it's just over last weekend or the other weekend. And just knowing that I have those open doors and open arms to come to, man, it's life-saving, because, it's been dark times.
Dealing with and taking control over your mental health is not always easy, which is why therapy with an expert can be a big help. I've posted several resources on abcactionnews.com. In Tampa, I'm in-depth reporter Anthony Hill, ABC Action News.
All right, we are back. Angela, I love how you just turned your head that quick. I love it. So please tell us, what are some of the red flags that you saw with your son?
Well, like I said from the very beginning, he has always been nonchalant, and he will just shut down, not speak, and not communicate. Once I did find his art book, he drew very dark pictures. Very dark pictures. And in those, so I don't consider it a red flag, because I didn't know that, right? When I did, you can just see, I feel like he was drawing all the confusion that he might have been having.
Wow.
So I would say to another parent, because we try and allow our kids to have privacy out of respect. But if you know that your child may be struggling with something, it's time to interrupt that privacy part.
There you go.
I don't think you should necessarily interrupt the privacy.
I'm not saying interrupt the privacy part. What I'm saying is maybe be involved more. You see a child drawing something, or just kind of, let me see what you're drawing. Because actually my mom saw him drawing something one day, right? Now, my mother draws. So he had this art book. So she said to me, she said, well, I just told him, hey, let's draw something nice. Let's draw some flowers, right? So you've got your flower. So he started drawing pretty flowers. So she has it on her. She has a tattoo, right? So she started like different flowers from my mom saying, my mom saying that to him. But I know that until divorce, my mother told me that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I say interrupt, of course she's not going to agree with that because nobody wants them to go into their stuff. But what I'm saying is, if you know that your child is struggling, maybe you need to have more conversations. Maybe you need to, sign them up for therapy, and you have to find the right therapist. When I say find the right therapist, I mean, it's like find the right therapist. Every therapist is not good for you. You have a lot of people who just want to just throw medication on you, because in the beginning that happened. Everybody just wanted to keep giving him medicine. All it was doing was just making him drowsy. It wasn't helping. It was just like making him not be the person that he wanted to be, the active kid that he was. So, okay, you take him to the psychiatrist and they just gonna keep giving you all type. But even when my son transitioned, that's what they did to me. They gave me Xanax. They gave me the clonazepam. I mean, I could have probably opened up a whole drugstore, but that wasn't the problem. I need to pray, and this medicine is just making me, I don't want to be like that, so that's what they tend to do when you have a problem. They want to just throw medications on you, because every prescription they get a paycheck for that. Because I'm a nurse too, and I work in the emergency department.
So you know what you're talking about, Dee.
I know what I'm talking about. But I would just say more conversations. If you have another parent, try to co-parent and come talk to the child together. I actually just found a recording of me talking to my son, and I can't remember what he was going through that day, but I wanted to find out what was going on with him. And I had just found a recording. I used to record him sometimes just to see if he was okay, to check on his mental, just because of what he had went through. But I thought that he was okay because he was doing things that he wanted to do and it wasn't forced. So he wanted to play, like he liked rock and roll. He liked painting his nails. He just liked doing different stuff that maybe some fathers don't want their Black children doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you doing painting your nails? Or, everybody's so against it, or that's gay, or, just all types, to the point where a child is going to shut down, not be themselves again anymore. Now they going to hide it. They still want to do it. So I just say, pay attention. I say, pray. My kids, I say, pray. Pray, 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 pray. People don't believe in different things, but I do. I'm going to just say my daddy is from Bogalusa, Louisiana, and I'm going to leave it right there. Okay. So
that part.
Now you have, and hopefully you can answer this, but you have little kids out there that, of course, they may not be able to draw. You know what I'm saying? They just, make stuff on paper. And some parents look at their drawing and be like, wow, why would they draw this? Can you tell us at least one thing is that you saw as far as the drawing that made you be like, okay, something's not right?
He had this drawing of, basically, it was like a person, but the person was very deranged. Like the eyes were like big and like droopy, and it was just thoughts everywhere. And all the thoughts were like, this hurts and like stuff like that. And that was the main thing that we saw. That was like, that was it. Yeah. And also, I know you asked my mom, like, what could parents do? But I also wanted to have a little input as a child. I feel like one of the most important things a parent can do is be open. Be open and listen. Be open and listen. I feel like as a kid, we always like put in a child's place. We're not able to, say certain things or like think certain things, or we don't know everything. So like, it doesn't matter. And it's like, our experiences are valid. Validate your kids. Validate your kids. Okay? Listen, communicate. That's so important. Like, if your kid feels like you're not listening, then like, how you gonna have the conversation? Like, you have to be open to understanding always. And I feel like it's really important to know that your child is an individual person. They are a part of you, yes, but they are their own person. You have to allow them to explore. You have to allow them to grow. And you have to trust that you raised them the right way. It's okay. Like, we have to make mistakes in order to live. We have to learn. That's it.
Mic drop. Mic drop.
Girl, you good. You is good. That was awesome. That was awesome. Seriously. And I do feel like because of our upbringing, as far as at our age, that's what we was fed, Angel. That's what we was fed. You know, no, you cannot say this. No, you cannot say that. You bet not say this, and you bet not say that. You know,
Yeah.
and it was so much going through our head.
And that's why I said I've learned so much from my children. Like I said, my oldest son, when I used to say, it's all we got is us, that's it. And he, no, you're not the only person that love us. Stop telling us that, because that's not true. You know, and I used to get up and, you know, what are y'all doing? You know, y'all ain't cleaning dishes. He told me, Mom, don't nobody want to hear that in the morning. We got to go to school. And we don't realize what these kids got to deal with when they go to school. They get bullied. The teachers being mean. They got to deal with this, you know, deal with that. So then I had to start taking a look at myself. Not saying that I was wrong. It's like, okay, yes, you were brought up that way, but it's different. And you know what? Don't nobody really want to hear that in the morning. You want to wake up, calm, okay, have a good day at school. Let's put some music on. So like I said, parenting does not come with the book. So I myself have had to learn from my children. And sometimes I didn't want to hear that, you know, like, I'm the adult, I'm the mama, who you talking to? You know, that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, when I sit back and realize it, I don't want to wake up like that. I don't want to be hearing all that yelling and stuff. And now when I hear it, I'm like, I don't want to hear it. What is y'all doing? Why y'all arguing? It's too early in the morning, you know? So it is very important that we do listen. I said, I want to have a mom teen summit. Remember we used to have teen summit back in the day on BET?
Yeah.
Express themselves. It's like we need that stuff back, because all they have now is talking to their friends or listening to this music, listening to what the music is telling them, believing in the artists, when we just need to be able just to communicate. Put the phones down. Can we have a conversation without everybody doing like this?
Exactly. I remember I used to sit there and watch Teen Summit and be like, okay, if I ever get the chance to go on there, this is what I'm going to talk about. I cannot wait to go on Teen Summit because I want to talk about this. You know, Teen Summit was definitely something that should not have went away. It should not have went away. And it would be good to have something like that back, Angela. It really would, because it was definitely helpful. Definitely.
Well, I think I'm going to do it right after we bar by Michelle. We're going to do it.
There you go. I think that'll be awesome. And I will support you in any way you need, baby. Any way y'all need. Count me in.
Because we need to have a panel and they need to have an outlet. And like she said, we as parents, we do need to listen and we do need to hear them out and allow them to express themselves, you know, and as parents, as mothers and as fathers, we need to be able to come together and figure it out with them, not be so against them. Let's help them. We have to help each other. So I'm going to do it. I said it. I'm going to do it. I have this building. I don't know why God gave it to me. It could be for multiple reasons, but I will be putting that together soon.
There you go. And who knows, that could be how you got the building. You see what I'm saying? So I'm behind you 100%. I think this will be great for you, for your family, and for all the other young people that's out there just as well. Okay. We have came to the end of the show, baby. So it is tribute time. It is tribute time. Okay. So we ain't looking for nobody this time, Jason. We ain't looking for nobody. Usually, we looking for the killers. We looking for somebody. So we had to put these tribute together to make folks sad. Make them real sad. So they could go on ahead, catch an Uber, call their home girl, their homeboy, and say, take me down to the police station because Miss Peachy done played this sad video and now I'm ready to go tell. But that's not the case this time. That's not the case this time. This video is strictly for the family, for the viewers, for everybody that's out there. You may know somebody that's dealing with mental health issues. You may know somebody that is just at their wits' end and don't know what else to do. So, Angela and Angel and the rest of your family and friends, this tribute is for you. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more to Angela and Angel. Here we go.
Do I say goodbye to what we had? The good times still made us laugh, outweigh the bad. Oh. I thought we get to see forever, but forever's gone away. It's so hard.
Girl, take the potatoes. Oh, I thought you was toasting the plate.
Yesterday. And I'll take with me the memories to be my sunshine after the rain. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. And I'll take with me the memories to be my sunshine after the rain. It's so hard
Get it, boy. Get it.
Say goodbye to yesterday.
All right, we are back. I just got one question. Y'all know I got to make y'all smile. Angela, how in the world did you get so lucky to have all your kids beautiful? Tell me every last one of y'all, Angel. Every last one of y'all just cute as a butt. You are so
Thank you.
You are so welcome. This is for your family, for your friends. You can do whatever you want to do with it. If you want to post it, you can do that. Whatever you want to do, you can do with this video. This is strictly for you all. I will email you the video afterwards just as well. But before we go, please tell us about your background. Your background. Yes.
All right. So right here, when you first walk in our house, this is kind of like our family thing. This is Demetrius playing the guitar. These are actually one of my the esthetician that works at my beauty bar. She had bought those and she didn't realize they were silk flowers, but I told her that was perfect because I can keep them. And here, that's Demetrius when he was little. That's his high school diploma. And this is his obituary. And that's my grandmother. She actually passed October 2nd, and my Demetrius and my boys actually walked her casket on October 2nd. And I am in a process of getting his emotional support dog, Nyla, because she actually passed away March 23rd. I feel like she passed from a just missing him, that was his best friend. Everywhere she went, and it was a picture of him holding a dog. That was Nyla. She passed on this March 23rd. So this is Demetrius's wall. So when you come in, that's our family wall right here. We actually took this picture right here on this wall, and it just has all of us on here.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Must I add?
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Angela. Okay. Oh, she got one more thing. Hold on.
So this is his clothing line, Pariah. That's the jacket. And that's what we have on his shirts.
Now, if anyone wants to purchase a shirt, where can they get it from?
So they can DM me. We actually have a Instagram page, Pariah Collection. On Instagram, they can DM me. I'm in the process of trying to get the website together. But like for the walk, everybody purchased a shirt. They had white and green, like this was green. And then for Juneteenth, we had Juneteenth colors. So if they want to purchase a shirt or I'm so overwhelmed with that video that you just did. Because we actually released doves at the end of my son's celebration. So when I saw the doves flying, it reminded me of that day. But if you want to purchase a shirt, you can DM me on any of my Instagram, but Pariah Collection, that is PARIAH Collection. And I can actually send you the link. I don't know if you could add it anywhere.
Yeah, I can add it on my page.
Okay.
And Jason, he can add it on his page just as well.
And I have a Facebook page as well. It's called Pariah Collection. But we will be having another, like an annual walk with our Healing Tears nonprofit organization. We're going to be doing it every year. We had so much fun as a family. A lot of people came out, I didn't even know them, who have lost their child to suicide as well. We just gathered together. We played tug of war. We walked. We did yoga. It was like a field day, but we just came together as a family just to celebrate life.
And I got to share with everybody. You didn't think that many people was going to show up.
No, I didn't. But God is truly amazing, and God has really been blessing me. I'm thankful.
Shout out to God. I like to say that over here.
Shout out to God.
Shout out to God. Shout out to God. All right, Angela. We always let our families in the show. I had an amazing time with you and your daughter tonight. Angel, you are a star.
Thank you.
You speak so well, so intelligent, and to be the manager of your siblings and then to show up here tonight with your mom, I'm overwhelmed and I'm so thankful. Keep doing what you're doing, young lady. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep making that mark. And make sure at the end of the day, you keep God first. Okay? Promise you, you're going to go far. You gonna go far, far, far. Just make sure you keep God first and continue to lift up your brother's name. Okay, I gotta say it. Jason, is there anything you want to say before we go?
No, actually. Praise to you guys, love to you guys, and thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for sharing the story.
Yes.
It is something to hear from the other side, right? Hear from the family and hear from what he meant to you and means to you, and also to know that like, hey, like let's start paying attention to those little things. Um, I have three girls, and they're all of young age. They're all under the age of 11, right? So 4, 7, and 11. But my 7-year-old had really put a bind on me, right? I thought I was gonna rule with the old school knowledge of like, all right, this is how my parents did it. This is how I'm gonna do it, and that is completely not what I'm doing. I'm in a whole gentle parent role. I never thought I would sit down with a 7-year-old and have full blown conversations. And then she asked me how I feel, and we literally talk, engage after feelings, after blowing up, after her having a temper tantrum. I no longer tell her to stop it. I don't do none of that with none of them. Like, you know how they used to do that to us? Like, stop, you better stop it before I make you. No, like express your feelings. Like, go for it. And then when you're done, come talk to me. And that's exactly what we do. So I thank you, young lady, Angel, for saying it the way you said it, to really express it as a young adult. Because I know as they get older, I want to embrace that even more and have me be a safe space for them, right? And I know I just want to be one of many. I'm not going to be the only one, but I'll be one of many safe spaces that they can come to. So thank you for enlightening me just a little bit more as a young adult in doing so.
Awesome. Now, Angela and Angel, one thing you guys didn't know is that I always let our guests in the show. Okay, but don't worry, I'm gonna tell y'all what to say. I'll make it easy for y'all. I do this with every guest. So tonight, what I want Angela and Angel to do is talk to Casey, Demetrius Dawkins. If there's anything that you can say to him right now, after everything that you all have been through, after this has happened to you, what would you like to say to him? Okay, so I'm gonna pull myself down. Jason, I'm gonna pull him down, and y'all gonna have the whole platform to yourself. Okay, is this y'all show? This y'all show now. And when y'all done, all y'all got to do is just put your finger up like y'all in church. Just put your finger up, and I see y'all, and then we will go ahead and tribute.
She's getting my younger siblings.
Girl, bring them in. But after you guys leave, we're gonna go into the tribute again, and then we'll end the show. But Angel, what I want you and your mom to do is stay on for like 2 minutes at the end of the broadcast, okay? I just want to talk to y'all for a hot second.
One thing I also want to put out there too, yeah, while she's grabbing these guys, one thing I want to let the people know is that you can also call 988. That's to anyone. That's to family members. That's to the people that are in crisis or that feel suicidal. So again, the number is 988. You can call that. It's called the suicide hotline if you need to talk to someone. Again, that's all family members. That's the people that are also in that turmoil or in that space.
And this is everybody anywhere, Jason?
Everybody anywhere, no matter where you are, 988.
All right, y'all heard him. 988 is the number you can call. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Here come another beautiful look at you. Look at you. Hey, pretty. How you doing? Listen, hello. Let's move it out the way. I know that's right, beautiful. You are wonderful tonight. Yes. Well, you look absolutely beautiful. And thank you so much for coming on to Peachy Tea Time. Okay. Girl, you done made your debut. On Peachy. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna pull ourselves down. Angela, can you scoot over a little bit? Hold on. Out the way a little bit.
Move it up. Like that?
Yep. All right, we're gonna pull ourselves down, and again, when you're done, just put your church finger up. And like I told Angel, we're gonna go into the tribute again. Then we're gonna play the outro. And if you guys can stay on just for 2 minutes after I end the broadcast, just so I can talk to you guys for a second, okay?
Okay.
All right. Now y'all already know where y'all can find me at all the platforms. Make sure y'all tune in on Friday, which is Love and Relationships with me and my hubby, Hule. And we're gonna talk about on Friday also what we went through on Monday. Angela, I think I mentioned to you that we went to my daughter's classmate funeral memorial, and he was only 7 years old. And so on Friday, Monday, you all got my insight on, what I felt and what I went through during that moment, because it was the first time for me and my husband. So on Friday, you're going to hear his side and what he went through as a male at a funeral for a 7-year-old. And then we're going to also talk about on Friday when we brought it to my daughter's attention. Okay, and how she reacted. So it's y'all time to shine, baby. I love y'all. And just stay on for a couple minutes. Now they are going to have a moment and they're going to talk to Casey and let him know how they feeling right now and what they got to say to him. I love y'all so much and thanks for the support, baby. I love y'all. Here they go.
Not gonna lie. I'm gonna just let you know, I guess, that I love you and I graduated. Period. I don't too much do all of this, so we might have a little private combo, but you know how we rocking, so we good.
You don't want to go?
No, I don't want you to go first.
Okay. Well, I talk to you all the time. And just want to let you know that I don't like cooking no more. Okay, you got me in the kitchen cooking and I don't like cooking, but I cook. I took your spot. You were going to say that. Well, you can still say it. I just want you to know that we are pushing BBM Beauty by because Angel has thought of that now, so it's not just Beauty by Michelle anymore. So Angel is inside of the shop now. Maya is doing very good. We have an esthetician. I think you met her. And now we have someone else coming on. And hopefully Kennedy will be coming on to be our makeup artist. You remember Kennedy? And I miss you. I love you. I am so proud of you, all of your accomplishments, and everything that you have done and blessed me with as being your mother.
I
Go ahead. You can turn your head. You don't mind.
no, like people can say happy.
Who's looking straight at you? Okay, hold on.
I run track now like you used to do, and I still cook, and I miss you, and I love you.
That's it. That was good, Amanda. That was good. Okay. And Devin misses you. He's sleeping, and yeah, you guys have your own little spiritual connection. He told me about that. So So keep smiling at him, okay? Because he can see you.
I don't have a skateboard.
Oh, she got your skateboard down. You know how to use it?
Yes, he taught me.
He taught you? Oh yeah, and the kids told me that you let them drive the Mercedes-Benz. And that you let them eat pork and beef. And Nyla, I know she's with you. I know she's at peace too. We miss Nyla. We love you. And Damani is watching and he misses you. I can't speak for him, but you know, he talks to you and Amaya too. And we love you.
Do I say goodbye to what we had? The good times still made us laugh, outweigh the bad. Oh. I thought we get to see forever, but forever's gone away. It's so hard.
Girl, take the potatoes. Oh, I thought you was toasting the plate.
To yesterday. And I'll take with me the memories to be my sunshine after the rain. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. And I'll take with me the memories to be my sunshine after the rain. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
It's your girl, Demetrius with the kisses, baby. Mwah. Well, I'm sure you all have heard by now that I am having my very first annual Stop the Violence Awareness campaign. Yes, and it will be at Stonecrest Mall, right here in Atlanta. Stonecrest Mall. You have to make sure you be there. You have to be in attendance. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this. Just like you don't be wanting to miss Peachy Tea Time. You do not want to miss this event. We will have performers. We will even have the police there doing Q&As. We will also have pastors there speaking. We will have a live DJ. When I tell y'all, it's so much more. We even got someone coming doing monologues, okay? So trust me, you don't want to miss it. And the most important thing that we're doing is we will be honoring 5 mothers. We will be honoring 5 mothers who has lost their child through gun violence. I'm telling you, you want to be in attendance. And this is going on August 10th, 2024. from 12 to 3 p.m. at Stonecrest Mall, right in front of Foot Locker, baby. Right in front of Foot Locker. Oh, it's going down. We are going to have a blast. So make sure y'all be there. It's a free event. It is a free event. So make sure y'all be in the building. All right, I gotta go. See ya.
Return, please return. Please return, please return, please return. Thank you for